Zuma with every sort of allegation to do with issues of corruption and saying that he has now been captured. One of the speakers there, Sikopityana, saying he's a captured man, and until he goes, the ANC that he leads is also captured. And of course, they're also saying that this is just the beginning, and from now on they will continue until President Jacob Zuma goes. Now, Michelle, I'll tell you, I saw a lot of people that come from a variety of political parties. So you had your Freedom Front Plus, you had your ACDP, your EFF. I even saw some people from the ANC itself. And while we're talking about that, there were people from the SACP, the South African Communist Party. I'm joined by its second Deputy General Secretary, Solima Paila. Thank you so much for joining me. Why did you take part in a march that, on the face of it, it really calls for the government led by your coalition partner, the ANC, to fall?
Well, we have made a call first that President Zuma must step down. The main reason that he has donated to the Republic, to the doctors, and other people that do not know where he takes decisions instead of the political alliance and the ANC that is participating in the election. So that was the main call that we made. And on top of that, the ANC veterans came out as well. Society itself came to the same conclusion. So it's not much about the alliance and the program of governance. It's much about the individual who has contaminated that particular process.
So you were not appeased. So sorry about that. You were not appeased at all by the explanation that the National Working Committee has met and actually now accepts the reasons that President Jacob Zuma gave for this cabinet reshuffle. That doesn't fly with you?
No, that was absolute abdication of responsibility by the NWC. In fact, they let many South Africans down that they had an opportunity to redeem themselves for all the wrongs that he has committed. And it was a gross disregard for the National Executive Committee, the NWC, the people of South Africa. It demonstrated clearly that decisions are no longer taken by the ANC. And that's a serious charge if you are given the mandate by the ANC. And I think that to go and make some sense of peace deal, close ranks behind corruption, close ranks behind the state capture, that's completely unacceptable, because at the core of it is the corruption that is running away that cannot be contained, and that's why we have to take action. That decision was not okay.
Because of time, let me try and move us very swiftly along. I know the argument will be inside the tripartite alliance that you are the vanguard of the working class within the alliance. You are the think tank. You should engage in analysis of everything, every political development. And they'll be saying that here you've really dropped the ball in that regard, siding with people that include, we saw the DA speaking here, people that they will say are your class enemies, siding with people such as the Freedom Front Plus, and people like Save South Africa. What will you say to that? That you have abdicated your responsibility as the thinkers in the alliance?
No, we did not abdicate responsibility at all. The people of Save South Africa, they are led by our comrades. They created a vision that is in the Freedom Charter. They are defending those values. So there's no problem collaborating with them. In fact, I went to the Save South Africa tent yesterday to go and defend those workers who were being attacked when they were preparing for this. We were working with them from the beginning, so we're not afraid of them. Save South Africa is not an imperialist outfit. It is meant to be. Even ourselves, this program is not an imperialist program. It's a program to reclaim South Africa from corruption, to reclaim South Africa from being captured by the Guptas. It's a program to say to the ANC, listen to the people or get out, or else we won't have the leadership of the people of South Africa as a country.
Second last question, remind our viewers why your own march was cancelled. You had a march planned. Why was it cancelled, and does this mean that this is the end for you? You will not be organizing any more marches?
No, we'll definitely continue to organize more marches. That march was going to feed into this march. It was we had preparations jointly with the police and Save South Africa, as well as the other organizations and American other foundations, for instance. But the Ministry of Finance, the Treasury, refused to accept, to say that they will send a delegate to come and accept our memorandum. And on the basis of that, the memorandum become unauthorized, because where you are going, people must say they are ready to receive it. And we think that a regulation cannot overpower the constitutional policy of the right of assembly. So we will take up this particular matter and make sure that in future, that kind of thing does not happen.
Final question, your quick reaction to Fitch ratings downgrading South Africa to junk status. It
becomes the second to do that?
This is very bad for South Africa, because it means going forward the workers and the poor will find it difficult to afford basic things in life, and our country's economy will struggle. Vertical economic transformation that we're talking about will struggle to take off because there won't be money. Our ability to borrow money from outside is going to be more expensive. As you know, we have to borrow on daily basis, on a weekly basis, to meet budget deficits, to meet the requirements of government and services to the people. Now that's going to be impossible because finance institutions don't borrow countries in junk categories. So that's part of the difficulties that we have. So you don't play with the economy. That's why we feel that the recklessness and the irrationality of the president's decision and his advisors led us to this thing. The more he must actually abdicate his office.
Right, Salima Paila, thank you so much. I really appreciate this time. He is, of course, the second Deputy General Secretary of the South African Communist Party. Michelle?